What is up, guys? In today's video we have another inside the mind style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful and informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe, like some more, and comment down below what you think of the explosive repeater rifle, because this is going to be with the first of these videos that I've made since it was added to the game. I did not think it would be good initially, like reading it. I did not expect it to have as accurate hip fire as it has, or just like a fluid of a swap time as it does, but it turns out it's really good in a lot of different situations. It's good when combined with like a pump shotgun up close. It's good for getting chip damage at mid-range, and if you have soaring sprints and shockwaves, you can just exist in the sky and shoot down explosive shots on people, and it's very easy to do and very difficult to play against. We're gonna be going brutal this game. It's been one of my favorite locations for Zero Build for a while now, and it has a lot of loot, which is nice because shockwaves are in the game this season. And there's not any NPCs or anything like that that you can go to get shockwaves. So the only thing you can really do to like increase your chances of getting them is just go to a place with a lot of loot. The more loot a place has, the more likely it is you might get the thing you're looking for. The player across the way, I don't know if he's peeking us or what. Jeez. Guy looked like he's peeking, so I wanted to go for it. And even if he does do like hit me back a decent amount, like if he's looking for me, it's much easier for me to get out of that situation than him, because I can just back up. Whereas he was like far from his door, he has to like jump over the barrier and stuff. Didn't expect to just like full beam him like that, but hey, it makes our life easier just eliminating all those players before they're able to get any loot, before they're able to get shockwaves and waste them. Unfortunately, we get minis here, and I just drank a big. But I just wanted to get some amount of health as fast as possible because I didn't know if we'd be getting pushed since I just shot off a bunch of times. Green sharp tooth there. I'd rather have the havoc pump. I think the havoc pump is just much better personally. And also the white havoc pump has a higher max damage than the gold sharp tooth. Like even though I only had a white havoc at that time, like that white havoc is still more than the green one because it's more than the gold one. It's pretty crazy. More people throwing grenades over here. Get one of these ammo boxes is nice. Hopefully we can get some heavy ammo. Nice, we have 6 bullets. The explosive repeater uses heavy ammo, which it is much more inconvenient to get heavy ammo than I thought. Sometimes, like, it's just something I haven't paid attention to as much while playing this game. But if you get, like, a repeater early on in the game and you haven't had much time to get heavy ammo, it can be inconvenient, and that's where, like, the heavy ammo acquired augment could be nice. I don't really get it all the time, but if I get the repeater early enough in the game where I'm low on ammo, and I come across that augment, I don't mind having it. But as far as like the repeater being in the game, I feel like 2 of the augments that are just like really high value now is soaring sprints, which it has been for a while. It's been good this entire season. But also Bloodhound is really good. Heavy headshots can be okay, but I don't hit that many headshots with it. Awkward encounter. I don't hit that many headshots with it, I find. When I'm just like using it in close range or shooting down on people, which is like the 2 main situations I use it. If you were using it as like an actual marksman rifle, then headshots might come more frequently, but I find the only time I'm like using it as an actual marksman rifle, like, you know, really long range fights, is just fights where the opponent is like not paying attention to me, and I tend to prefer the MK in those situations anyway, so it's good to have, but it's not priority for me to have this. Like, I'd rather have Bloodhound. I'd rather have soaring sprints. So if I already have those 2 and we come across that, like, sure, it's fine to have, but it's not something I'm like excited to get really. But it can be good, especially if you just have very good aim with it and you're consistently hitting headshots. But I don't find myself to be that way. From what I've played with like a week of the weapon. But Bloodhound even triggers off the explosive damage effect, which is pretty crazy. So, like if I had somebody behind that statue and I hit an explosive behind them, we would get them pinged since I have Bloodhound. That's pretty crazy. And also it's really good like for continuing to get splash damage on somebody because you know what side of the cover they're playing. But also if you're like shockwave soaring sprints in the sky, that's a busted combo. Infantry, explosive repeater, and shockwaves out of the chest. But if you're like in the sky but above like some trees or something, it can be hard to see the person sometimes, but once you have them pinged, it's like very easy to just keep hitting near them and getting that splash damage. There's a llama over there. I'm not too concerned about it in Zero Build. Like, it just doesn't matter. could get ammo from it, but I don't think they drop shockwaves. If they drop shockwaves, then it'd be really, really nice, but I don't think they do that. Also, a sniper vending down there, but I think that sells the DMR. I don't think it sells the explosive repeater. 7 seconds until vault spawn. I'm just going to go over here towards this pad. If vault spawns here, we'll eliminate the boss. If it doesn't spawn here, we'll pad to this thing and then pad to mid-map, and hopefully it's there. Turns out we got a boss at our own location, which is nice. If we're able to loot this vault, we'll get slurps, and then hopefully I can also get some better rarity items, like maybe a better pump, better AR, better explosive repeater. If I don't get a better pump, it's not the biggest deal to me because our combat cache is going to spawn shortly after we're doing this, and with Brutal having pads, we should be able to get to it while it's a high rarity. Also, if I'm able to get any shockwaves from this, that would be nice as well. Dude, I backed up because I thought this guy was about to like run out this door on me. Also, had people kind of ask me when I'm streaming using this combo if I'm like concerned about splash damaging myself, and not really. Like, it happens sometimes, but it's usually easy to not do it. Like, let's say this medium ammo was a person. I wouldn't shoot it right here. I would like shoot it behind them, and then it would hit them, but not me. And there's a lot of times where like you're in fights and you can kind of choose to do the splash damage like that. But also, if you do hit yourself, I just don't think it's that big of a deal because you're probably hitting both of you, and then you're going to swap back to your pump and pump them again. So it's like, any damage I do to them is good, I feel like. Nice, we got shockwaves, cold repeater. There's somebody above me. More shockwaves. Like right there, that was kind of worst case scenario. And I hit both of us, but like it didn't matter because I hit him like with the shot. So he like took more damage there than I did because he took the bullet and the explosive. I should like, that was just not an ideal situation. I think I may have just heard somebody, but I can't tell if it was just myself talking that I was hearing. Being greedy here. Combat cache spawns in a minute, so I want to be ready to go from here in that time. But I was hoping he was going to play the corner, but he just ran at me like a psychopath. A lot of times if you're in this vault and somebody's coming to fight you, they'll chill at this corner. So, like, they'll either play that corner or they'll play that corner. And that is, you know, prime repeater situations. And so that's why I had the repeater out. But him just running at me like a psychopath made that like a very risky thing to do. Like I just took more damage there, but it kind of goes to show what I was talking about. Fight could have been cleaner, but even with it being like kind of worst case scenario and me doing damage to myself, we still win that fight. Nice. They did. It's so rough to get soaring sprint sometimes. Like if I was just playing, I would like to have it obviously, but I wouldn't re-roll that much for it. But like I wanted to get it for this video to kind of show it off. That's why I just spent like a ridiculous amount of gold trying to get it. Like normally I don't re-roll that much. I'll re-roll a few times if I get it, cool. If I don't, it's whatever. But since I'm gonna want to talk about that in the video, really wanted to get it. There's a car there that's not supposed to be there. There could be somebody on it, but also it could have been from a while ago. This is like the hardest place to get your combat cache when you just slide away. Luckily we got the gold rarity though, so if we're able to chill here, we will get a gold pump guaranteed. And then the second weapon, from what I've seen, has a chance to be either an AR or an SMG. So if we get the MK, that'll be nice. If we don't, it's not the end of the world to me. Like MK rarity is the weapon I'm least concerned with. Like obviously I would like to have the high rarity, but it shouldn't be the reason why you're losing games. One thing about the MK, which is nice for some of you though, like I feel like the MK is very controllable recoil regardless, but I've also played a lot of like first person shooters over the years, like games that have much more recoil than Fortnite. But the rarity of MK does have lesser recoil. So like the gold one has less than the green one, and the mythic has the least recoil of all. I think that's honestly the biggest benefit of the mythic, is just the fact that it has basically no recoil. This is like kind of the awkward spot in the game where we've gotten our vault, we've gotten our loot, we've gotten the combat cache. We have like basically everything I want except for like a higher rarity MK, but like I was just saying, that's not a big deal to me. So now we just kind of gotta exist. I don't really care for going for island this season. I don't want to use the mythic drum, and fighting it with the drum shoddy in the game and with this explosive repeater in the game is probably not an enjoyable experience. So I'm just going to go towards this building with the pad over here. We'll get some hollow chests on the way. And then we're able to pad and do what we want to do. Sure, we'll just take this. Like I was saying, I don't care that much about the other augments. Like, the main I would have wanted is Bloodhound Soaring Sprints. We got those two. I think I got the heavy headshot one as well. I just got a bounty on me. Could be over there. But yeah, I'm probably just going to exist here. See if any people come through this area. We can pad onto them if we need to. And then also we can just pad the zone after it does what it does. At this point in the game, I feel like oftentimes just going to an area that you can kind of patrol is like a better way to get kills than just running around oftentimes. Like, if there's people fighting at that gas station, I'd go over there. But just like aimlessly wandering around at this point in the game, it's not ideal. And there's only 15 opponents left, and look at how large this zone is. Like, people could be anywhere. So I feel like running around almost doesn't even increase my chances of finding people at times. Oh, this thing is also busted against cars, because pretty much as long as you hit the side of the car, or like the half of the car they're on, you'll do damage to them. And that is what I was saying with Soaring Sprint Shockwave. And this, he should have just shockwaved away. Like, the only way you can really deal with that, I feel like, is just not be on the ground. Bounty got closer, and I don't know where he is, so we're just going to get out of here. If he chases, we'll fight him. I can also just burn shockwaves to get back here because we had more up here. That was another reason why I went for that. If I didn't have these extra shockwaves here, I maybe wouldn't have been as inclined to do that. But I knew I could invest shockwaves into that and then just come back here and get them. And that is perfectly just kind of shows why I think this combo is just super broken. Like, what is that player to do there? Like, sure, he could have shockwaved away, but like, if he doesn't have shockwaves in that situation, he's just kind of screwed. He did have shockwaves, so like, he could have played it better. That guy played it a lot better. Like, you saw that he just tried to reduce the amount of time he was under me. Like, he used 2 shockwaves there. And you could argue it's a waste of shockwaves to be using them like that, but it's just like, if he doesn't do that, he's going to die. And I feel like that's one of the things that people struggle with, is kind of knowing when to use your utility. Obviously, you don't want to waste it needlessly. But if you don't use it and die with it, then like, what was the value in saving it, you know? And so I feel like when you're fighting against this explosive repeater, the only thing you can really do is shockwave. And I didn't know that he didn't have it there, but like, we shoot at him there, he shockwaves up. I don't want to let him be above me with the shockwave repeater. So I shockwave myself up, and then we're the one that's above him. He lands first, we're able to get some shots, and then put that fight in a situation that's just very inconvenient for that player to deal with. And I probably used more shockwaves than I needed to in that situation, but that player seemed decent, so just getting them out of the lobby is nice. Seems like there's shots fired like east, northeast. This guy that I was just frying has to come to me, I think. I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but like I've seen people comment that like when the person soaring sprints up like that, you can just fry him with the MK, which is true. Like, you can if you're perfect, but the situation for the person on the ground there is just so much harder than the person in the sky. Like, the person in the sky just has to look down and shoot. The person on the ground has to like perfectly hit every shot while they're taking explosive damage. Like that was like worst case scenario for me. I missed like every shot, barely. But even then, if he stands there and MKs me, it's gonna be easier for me to tag him, and I'm probably just gonna start hitting shots on him because he's standing still like that. So it's like a terrible catch-22, and I feel like the only thing you can do is just not exist on the ground. Maybe that's why I wasn't hitting him there, because he had soaring sprints. But just like if you know someone's going for that play or you think they are, just use a shockwave, get out of there. You could bunker maybe and then chill under it, but I feel like that helps in the short term, but in the long term the person is just going to probably like know you're under your bunker and then position themselves to like get tagged on you. We're gonna brutal here. Not all brutal is in zone. I'm not going to be able to be here for the remainder of the game, but we can chill on this edge and then pad to whatever is in zone after this. I really don't like this zone. This zone is pretty dirt. There's a lot of just wide open space here. I believe there was some extra shockwaves in the vault. I'm not sure if I want to go for that though, because it's been a while since I've been here. We don't really know what has happened. There could be somebody riding in the vault, but if I'm able to refresh on shockwaves, that would be nice. Especially with a wide open zone like this. There's somebody behind me. Two people here. I think we're gonna have to let those shockwaves go. There's only one. Rip. Gonna say there's a cooler spawn there. We should be able to get some heals, but it was just a shield fish. That will not heal the 12 HP we lost. I think the person that I heard on the zipline might have been over there. This zone pulled good for us, so this is actually pretty ideal because it pulled back into brutal, and me existing here is gonna be nice for me. Yeah, he's up there. I just see like the tip of his head peeking that. I'm tempted to go on it. Kind of a questionable play to just 50-50 that, but like, if the repeater wasn't in the game, I wouldn't have played like that, but I was pretty certain. I could get damage on him while we're repeatering to him, like I did. Again, that's the situation that's much harder for him to play than me. And I didn't think there was anybody else in this area since I didn't get third-partied while fighting that other guy, and that guy didn't get shot at or anything when he was ziplining. So I was hoping just to clear this side of zone and then be able to play the rest of it. If the lobby was more populated, I probably wouldn't have gone for that. But I felt like if I kill that guy, then we have control of zone. And now I can kind of play like this. But if he's up there, I can't really play like this, you know? 1v1. I wonder if there's any flare guns in this area. Kind of choked some shots on that drift. I could have played that better, but we got the job done. And we did invest shockwaves into that, but like 2 shockwaves for zone control endgame, I think it's worth. This is where the flare gun would just be so good. Because even if I don't find him, we could like clear suspicion of certain areas. You know, if I shoot a flare over here, there's no one there, cool. If I shoot one over there, there's no one there, cool. Clear this. We narrow down where this player could possibly be. Don't think any of this is in zone, any of this high ground. Just looking for movement right now. Oh, he's over there. He's probably gonna pad. He's not in zone. I could shockwave soaring sprints onto him, but he's not in zone, so I wanted to wait for him to go and then we do it. Because like if I shockwave onto him and he just leaves right away, I'm in zone. We just wasted shockwaves on it. GG's. But yeah, I'd rather him shockwave, get some tags on him, and then shockwave onto him while he's in zone, than shockwave into storm and then he just leaves, and then he can hold us. Because I was in a better situation there, better position, better HP, like better everything. It's on him to make a play. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the explosive repeater rifle. Like I kind of showed in that video, I think with soaring sprints and shockwave grenades, it's just pretty unmatched. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.